Ever get the feeling that there's got to be more to gratitude than just like saying a quick thank you? You know what I mean? Like maybe it's a whole different way of looking at the world.
It really can be.
Well, that's what we're diving into today. Gratitude 2023.
Yeah.
A unique event that really seems to take this whole idea of giving thanks to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And we've got flyers, we've got program details, we've even got some like philosophical reflections on gratitude to unpack here.
Right. And what's so fascinating to me is that this isn't like your typical Thanksgiving,
Right.
celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, for starters, this Gratitude 2023 thing took place on November 11th.
November 11th. See, now that's definitely not Thanksgiving.
Right.
What's going on there? Why November 11th?
Well, that was kind of my first clue that Thanksgiving might actually refer to something a lot deeper. The materials mention this Hebrew word shalom, and it means like a voluntary offering of thanks.
Huh.
Often involving some kind of sacrifice. So it's not just a holiday, it's like a dedicated service.
So you're saying it's not just about like saying the words thank you, but it's about really putting some action behind those words.
Exactly. It's about active gratitude.
I like that, active gratitude.
And this idea is really deeply rooted in the Bible. The materials highlight passages like 1 Chronicles 29.018,
Okay.
where King David offers this really heartfelt prayer of thanksgiving for the temple, and he's acknowledging all of God's blessings.
So we're not just talking about like one passage here. We're talking about a bunch that mention this idea of shalom.
Oh, absolutely. There are others mentioned in these materials. Psalm 100.4 really resonated with me. It talks about entering God's presence with thanksgiving. It really emphasizes that gratitude is like this core part of the Christian faith.
So if we're talking about active gratitude, not just the words, but the actions, I'm curious how this actually played out at Gratitude 2023. What were people actually doing?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting because we start to see this shalom concept in action. We'll really dig into the event program and we'll explore how this community took this whole idea of offering and made it tangible.
I like it. Let's do it. So shalom is all about action. Huh? I'm really curious how that played out at Gratitude 2023. What were people actually doing to express their thanks?
Well, the event program, it kind of paints this vivid picture. We see the traditional elements of Christian worship, music, sermons, readings from the Bible. But then it gets even more interesting. There are these communal meals. They organized volunteer opportunities, even drives to support people in need. It's like they took this idea of like offering and actually brought it to life.
That reminds me of something else I noticed in these materials. There's this whole section in Reconnaissance Newsletter 2.pdf about the science behind gratitude.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're saying, hey, this whole being thankful thing, it's not just some feel-good thing.
Yeah.
There's actual research to back this up. What do you think about that?
I think it's amazing. Researchers like Emmons and McCullough,
Okay.
they found some really compelling evidence, actually, suggesting that practicing gratitude can really have a real impact on our well-being, both mentally and physically.
So we're talking like science now,
Yeah.
not just like vibes. Okay, give me the highlights. What kind of benefits are we talking about here?
Well, for starters, studies show links between gratitude and like reduced stress, lower rates of depression.
Okay.
It's like our brains are actually wired to respond positively to these feelings of thankfulness.
So instead of focusing on like what's wrong, we're shifting our perspective to what's good.
Yeah.
And that has like a measurable effect.
Exactly. And it goes even beyond our mental state. There's research that indicates people who practice gratitude might actually sleep better or experience less physical pain.
Wow.
Maybe even have stronger immune system.
Okay, so you're telling me that simply saying thank you more often can actually like improve my health.
That's why.
Pretty amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's get back to Gratitude 2023 for a second. We were talking about the activities, the sense of action. What really stood out to you there?
Well, you've got some photos there, right, from the actual event.
I do.
What kind of atmosphere do you get from those?
These photos are incredible. You can just feel the energy and the joy just radiating from these photos. People singing, kids doing like little performances, families sharing a meal together. It feels so warm and welcoming.
Yeah.
Like a big family reunion. I love it.
That sense of community is so important,
Yeah.
Sharing a meal together, especially in this context of giving thanks.
Right.
It strengthens those bonds and it reinforces those feelings of gratitude. It's like a powerful reminder that we're all connected in a way.
Absolutely. And speaking of powerful, let's talk about the theme of Gratitude 2023. For a sec, célébrons la vie dans la vérité. Celebrate life in truth. What do you make of that? What does truth have to do with gratitude?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. The materials kind of suggest that truth is actually essential for authentic gratitude.
Huh. How so?
Yeah.
So it's like we're saying, okay, life isn't always going to be, picture perfect.
Right.
But even when things are tough, there's still truth to be found. And there's still reasons to be grateful.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that gratitude isn't about ignoring the hard stuff.
Right.
It's about choosing to focus on the good even when it's hard to see. And that's why the honesty comes in,
Okay.
If we're not truthful with ourselves about what we're going through, can we really appreciate the good?
That's a great point. It makes gratitude so much more than just like a fleeting emotion.
Yeah.
It's like a choice, a conscious decision to see the world through a lens of thankfulness, even when it's tough.
Exactly. And that's what I think makes this whole Gratitude 2023 thing so inspiring.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of faith community, even science, to kind of transform the way we experience gratitude.
It really has been incredible to kind of explore these different facets of Gratitude 2023 with you today.
Yeah.
We unpacked the meaning of Shalom. We explored its biblical roots. We saw how this community brought it to life through their actions.
Right.
Not to mention, we even connected it to the science behind gratitude.
Yeah, it's amazing how it all kind of ties together.
It really is. And throughout all of it, this whole theme of Célébrons la vie dans la vérité has been so central.
Yeah.
It really challenges us to go beyond just surface level thankfulness.
Right.
And embrace a deeper, more authentic way of living.
It really does.
It makes you think.
Yeah.
Imagine experiencing that sense of community firsthand.
Yeah.
Sharing a meal, celebrating life with other people who really understand the power of gratitude.
Yeah.
How do you think that would impact your own, practice of gratitude?
It's an invitation, I think, to all of us to really think about how we can weave these practices into our own lives.
Yeah.
How can we make gratitude more active, more authentic,
Right.
more rooted in truth?
It's been a fascinating deep dive for sure.
It has.
And we've only just scratched the surface here.
Yeah.
For anyone listening who wants to kind of explore these ideas further, I highly recommend checking out ChristianThanksgivingMD.org
Yes.
and their YouTube channel. They have a ton of great information on this.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep seeking those truths that really fill your heart with gratitude.